On this week's show, the D23 Summit Brief 2015. All this more on Brief Infinity, Inside Infinity. I don't know what we call this. That was awesome. I love it when I just completely unprepared like that. Boo. It should be back now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inside Infinity. Kind of. This is the special edition D23 / Disney Infinity Summit Brief. I am one of your two hosts this evening, Will Kelly, and joining me once again in his spiffy, awesome driver's cap, Mr. Steve C. Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Thanks for the invite, buddy.
I like how you waved. It was like you were actually driving and you're just waving out the
Hello!
window.
Hello!
I expect you like a British roadster.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Or it's like my great-great-grandfather driving an Irish taxi yelling at people.
that's even better. Now that's what I'm picturing.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'd like to say hello to everyone in the chat room, those that will be joining us in mere hours at the Disney Infinity Summit, and those that have yet to leave or won't be leaving and will be catching the fun from home. Welcome, everyone. Lots of awesome people in there, especially for a kind of an impromptu show. We weren't originally planning on doing this. Got this idea. I got to give props where props are due. I saw Jason from Infinity Inquirer kind of throw up one of these videos yesterday. I'm like, we should do one of those. And Steve C is going to be attending. Well, we'll talk about the things that we're both attending moments, but he's going to be at the summit a little bit and D23, and so he's graciously joining me after we did another podcast together. So cool. With that, let's just go ahead and get things started there, Steve. So what do you want to do? Do you want to talk about the summit first, since that's kind of early in the week?
Yeah, so right now, let's talk about where some of our friends of the show are. As we speak right now, a bunch of our friends are driving up, pulling in, or if you're Pirate Steve, you've already moved in and made yourself comfortable in the Anaheim area over the weekend, and they're there getting set up, and it all starts tomorrow, right?
Yep. So the people start, well, it's a combination of arriving today and tomorrow. Yeah, and the festivities are kind of starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. and this isn't anything that's really public as far as like things are streaming, but it's just kind of the welcome night for the attendees. There's going to be a dinner and kind of a welcome for those folks. So yeah, although people are arriving tomorrow, the real fun begins on Wednesday.
Wednesday is when it all starts
Yep.
down. Okay, cool.
Yep. And honestly, I'm not sure. Tomorrow's probably not going to be anything. I'm going to be periscoping lots while I'm there. Just why not? I'm going to take over those reins a little bit from Lim. He does such an awesome job. I have my work cut out for me, but I figure it will be a good way to kind of deliver live content to all of you. If you don't know what Periscope is, it is a cross-platform app on your phone or tablet, and it connects to Twitter. So as long as you have Twitter, it's owned by Twitter, and it's kind of a quick live streaming app where you just kind of go live. There's no pre-production involved, and you just record whatever you're seeing and what you're saying, and that is broadcasted live. And so if you're interested in that at all, look for us on there, and you'll get notified just like you do on Twitch. That will be kind of our just go-to live streaming. We will be trying to do some shows nightly, not tomorrow night, but the rest of the night. And Steve C, you and I are going to try to do some later in the week for Media Meltdown. That's going to be a remain to be seen. We're definitely going to record some stuff. Hopefully the internet works out so we can live stream that as well.
I want to do one from Trader Sam's where we order drinks and then they're all shouting and spraying us with water bottles. Ahoa, ahoa. Now you've not been there before, right?
Never been. Nope.
Okay.
I'm so excited for that because I feel like it's a rite of passage for any Disney fan.
Yeah, and it is my favorite part. I'm not joking around. As a I would say more than casual drinker, I don't have a problem with it. I just enjoy it very frequently. I have made trips out there just to go hang out at Trader Sam's. It's my favorite place in the whole parks. It's fantastic. The downer is I will have Lila in tow with me, and they don't let the kids in after 7. So we'll have to go one of those days at around the 5 o'clock mark and start having fun in there before they boot us out.
Perfect.
So,
I like it.
but
What's it? Art for Trader Sam's is crazy fun.
Yep.
So Daniel wants to see it too. So
So I have one funny Trader Sam story, and I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to tell you one. It's a bar, and the bartenders there, they play tricks on you and stuff like that from time to time. There are four drinks if you order them. They have big like shows for it. So order a shipwreck, which is my favorite drink there. They have these little ships in a bottle, and the whole place starts like going with lightning, and the little ships collapse, and they start ringing bells, going shipwrecked, and they spray you and stuff like that. So they have
That's
this whole thing.
awesome.
I had seen this once before, but had totally forgotten. The bar stools are regular round bar stools, and there's a whole lineup on the front, and then that wraps down the side, like a regular bar. And the one on the very left is a trick bar stool. And I didn't realize what was going on until I had sat in it. You sit in the bar stool, and then very slowly, one of the bartenders will press a button, and that stool will so slowly start to lower down. So after I've been sitting there waiting for them to bring my drink, after a minute, I'm telling you, I didn't even think about it because it's not fast enough to where you know
Right.
it. All of a sudden, my hands are up, like, what the hell is going on? And then they all just start cracking up. So that one
That's
bar stool is a
amazing.
trick bar stool, and it's a lot of fun. So
Glad
seeing
you.
other people catch it, like people running in from the pool, sitting in there for a second, and then they start slowly dropping, and then they're like, what, is one of my favorites. So
So,
Trader Sam's is great.
so for the uninitiated, this is a Disney attraction, right? It's a Disney owned
It is.
area.
It's in the Disneyland Hotel. It's right next to the pool. It is a bar, but they have some of the greatest little appetizer snack things ever. They have these lettuce wraps that are unbelievable, but it is very family friendly. And the lightning and the lava on the walls like starts flowing and stuff like that. The only thing is they serve mostly alcohol there, so
Mm,
at 7 you have to be 21 or up or 18 or up or something like that
yeah,
to be inside. So that's the one downer, but it is in the Disneyland Hotel. It is attached to the pool.
that's
So,
awesome.
but the big monorail slide, it's the big tiki hut outside, except it's not a hut, it's massive. It's a big
That's
building.
that's what I thought, and it's kind of special, right? Because there's a no
Yeah.
alcohol in the parks policy at Disneyland. So, well, with a
In
few
Disneyland,
very,
not DCA, but
yeah,
yeah.
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 So,
So,
oh, dude, I cannot wait because I've heard about that place on. So one thing is kind of cool. When I was a kid going to the parks, it was never a luxury enough to do anything outside of like, we're here for a day, cram in as much as you possibly can. And so all
yeah.
these really special kind of intricacies I didn't really get to start partaking in until I grew up a little bit and was able to frequent more often. And this falls into that category, and I absolutely can't wait.
So my favorite part about being an annual pass holder is figuring all these little things out, and going every other weekend for 3 years is fun because you get to find out all these little secret things that you
Mm,
get to do. Now, Trader Sam's definitely not a secret, but it's not anything that your typical family vacation would go do. You go and you do the parks the whole time, or you swim and then that's it.
right.
So it's one of those cool little night stop things, and we would show up on Thursday or Friday night at 7 or 8, and then we would just go in there, have a few drinks, and hang out and have fun before we start the parks the next day. So it
Yeah.
is really great.
Awesome. So yeah, well, stay tuned. We'll be making sure everyone knows about that, and we'll probably do some periscoping and taking pictures of that. Let's talk more about the summit. So Wednesday is when the real festivities begin. I'm gonna throw out a disclaimer here. I'm assuming everything I'm gonna read to you is going to be live streamed. In case it's not, I'm not going to go into too much details other than one special panel that we're going to be on. But I presume that most of this is going to be live streamed on Disney's Twitch, just like it was last year. So 10 a.m. on Wednesday is the summit keynote. So this is the thing that that kicks things off. And yeah, I mean I'm sure it's going to be the welcome message, kind of running down the thing. Last year, I believe that is when the first video of, and I do think this was live stream. Steve, see, I don't know if you got to see it, but I think that's where they showed the introduction to the game for the first time, like the opening cinematic.
I don't remember.
I think that's where they showed that, so that's really exciting, and hopefully that's a trend that they carry on with this year. After that, 1020 Disney Creative Minds panel. So this is going through some of the big wigs. A lot of people we've seen in interviews this year, especially with Game Informer and some of the other the big name interviews. That's going to be happening. After that is Joining Forces Disney Infinity 3.0. This talks about, what is it? Oh, it talks about the upcoming playsets and expansion games. So that's something that's really exciting too. Goes behind the scenes with lots of people, those other development houses that have taken the reins for those pieces, like the kart racing and the Twilight of the Republic playset, stuff like that. 11 o'clock. So it's packed. Spotlight on 3.0, on the Toy Box 3.0. So this is where we're going to see lots of 3.0 discussions. I mean, Toy Box discussion. This is something that people have really just been biting at the bit for. And I assume that that's why we haven't seen much of it, is so it could be showcased at the summit. Then the Toy Box Showdown. This is something that's kind of cool. It's going to be a mini competition involving the Toy Box mentors. So that's exciting. After that is a special panel, which our really good friend who we're going out there to meet and hang out with, Pirate Steve's actually going to be on this Toy Box, among others. This is going to be kind of like the how they became winning Toy Box artists. And how kind of how that journey has taken them to just building toy boxes, being a part of this community, to Summit members.
I know how Pirate Steve started by bugging the Papa Echo every single day. Hey, help me build a toy box. Help me build a toy box. Oh, wait, maybe I could copy your moves and make it myself.
Totally.
Don't tell him I said that. He's not watching now.
No, he's not. He's too busy. So exactly, we can say as much as we want about him.
Yeah.
And then the next one is one that I'm really excited about. And Steve C, I want to thank you for plugging me and giving shout outs to the team. I'm the one representing the team, but it's for, I think, all of us a little bit. And that is a panel called Building an Online Presence. And basically it has a few different types of people. We are the only podcast on there, so that's exciting. And basically just talking about how you can either build or grow a Infinity channel or media fan site, and that's an honor. So I'm really stoked about that. That's 12:05. You've seen Lim throwing tweets and Instagrams out there for that. That's going to be at 12:05 on Wednesday, and again, these are all Pacific time. So I hope you come cheer us on. There's going to be a Q&A session at the end, which I'm really excited about too. And I'm kind of glad you're not going to be there for that, Steve C. You already told me that you would run up there knocking people over. Through
the amount
Q&A.
of money that I would pay to be there, I can't even tell you. Can I just say something that's very complimentary? You think usually when I start out something like that, it's going to be sarcastic and I talk too much. Today I posted on, as you'll talk about later, someone that we know got selected to play in the in-game. So I posted a little teaser of the video that was selected, and I'm getting some interesting feedback from people. And there's a guy on Instagram, his name is The Infinity Corner, and he does another show. I just want to say, looking all of this stuff up, there are a lot of different Infinity sort of sites and podcasts and all this other stuff. And it really is an honor for you guys to be selected, because you guys really are the best. There's a reason why other people come on and hang out and they double post things to your guys' site, because I think that our group that follows us, and mostly it's because of you and Jason and Lloyd, you guys have run a really great show, and I think that it's cool to be even related to this whole thing, and you being up on a panel is so freaking cool. I'm joking around when I say I would go up there and say something stupid. I definitely would put in an inside joke about hydration or Titanfall. But it's really cool that you're up there, and I'm proud of you. I know that sounds stupid, but you've done a really good job over the past 2 years, and man, how cool is it to be up on a panel? That is so sick. I love it. Representing something as not controversial, but competitive as podcasts. And like you told me a long time ago, you wanted to do one, and you had to find something that wasn't completely down the center line, something that made you different. Man, not only did you do it, you guys made it perfect, and awesome, obviously it's because of all the people involved. You guys are great, so your crew deserves it, and good job, man. That's so awesome.
That's awesome, buddy. I really appreciate that. I mean, this is definitely a bucket list item for me. We see these types of panels all the time, and I honestly, I've always wanted to even moderate one, like not even be a guest. I think it'd be fun to moderate, because that's what we do on the show here. So this is really awesome, and I'm excited. And thanks everyone in the chat who are saying nice things too. It's really cool.
There's people in the chat saying nice things. Clearly, it's a different group than the people that watch Mousecast.
Yeah, those people, they just take every chance they can to throw us under the bus.
They do.
No, not really, but yeah, that's exciting, and that's the thing that Lim's been talking about. So I'm sure it will be rebroadcasted on Twitch if you can't make it. But again, thanks for all the support out there, because without people like you, Steve, not only friends of the show, but also listeners and viewers alike, we there'd be no reason for us to be on a panel. So that's pretty awesome. Continuing on, I'm just going to hit some bullet points here. Then that afternoon, 2 p.m., the Toy Box competition begins. No info really about the competition here, but for those that watched last year, the Toy Box artists all competed and created their own toy box and tried to win the prize, the grand prize, which turns out everyone kind of won the grand prize, which was awesome. But the biggest prize of all last year was a special toy box townsperson that Lauren, aka Mighty Gidas, won. So I'm hoping we see some info about that this year as well. But there is going to be another competition, and it looks like, although last year I was able to stick around for the majority of that, I think I stayed up until like 4 a.m. I'm getting kicked out as media, and not gonna lie, darn it.
Crap, I have to leave and go get rested, you guys.
I gotta go get sleep. No, I mean, it was actually really, really cool, and I tried to stick it out as much as I could last year. It's not a requirement for them to stay awake, but obviously you want to build as much as you can. So Latin Soul is asking a great question. It's kind of a spoiler, but the answer to that question is yes. Are we going to give away the mystery D23 prize on the podcast? We will be doing that. No idea what that thing is. I was talking, Steve, I don't know if you and I talked about it. I know I talked to Pirate today. Pirate doesn't think it's a figure. He thinks it's going to be something smaller. You agree?
Most people unanimously have said that same thing.
Yeah.
And someone said on there a power disc or something like that, something small. I think that's a pretty good guess.
Regardless, I don't think it's going to be anything completely exclusive. I mean, I think you could argue that the Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey was exclusive because it has slightly different color, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the biggest of deals. So I wouldn't be too fearful. If you're not going, I don't think it's going to be anything that you can't either get your hands on or get a variation of. But yeah, we'll be getting one and we'll be giving it away. So cool. Next up, Thursday. This is going to wrap up the summit. So it's basically a 1.5 day event or a 2-day event. So things kick off at 10 a.m. Going to introduce the judges. No idea who those judges are. Then the presentations of the toy boxes that the artist built. Then the judging and the awards presentations, closing remarks, and then the summit ends. So the Thursday looks like it's mostly going to be the wrap up of the actual building event. But Steve, this is the piece that you are going to. So you were lucky enough to get selected, and actually so is Logan. So you and Logan will be joining during this time. So what's that about?
So we entered, and I'll be attending with listener of the show and big time supporter Dan, the Pixar fan, and he's going to be coming out with us. And what we got selected to do is go actually watch the 4th day or the Thursday part of the, I guess you could call it the end of the summit, whether it's the winners or however it is. But this is where I have a tiny rant for you. Listening to the past couple of months, I keep on reading about people, about what they're getting and this and how long it's taking to get selected and all this toy box artists, and whether it's positive or negative, people all have a very strong opinion on being selected or getting these things for free. How amazing is Disney Infinity in the first point, and the group behind them, Avalanche and all of them with the support of Disney. They selected me, and I put down Lila and Dan as the people I'm taking with just to come and watch. And because it's in the parks, they're giving the 3 of us park hoppers or tickets to go to the parks for the day to go in and see it. I mean, this is something I wasn't expecting at all. We were planning on just walking up and then finding where it's at, seeing the portion of the thing, and then leaving, and then walking around the whole day. And we got the notification today that we actually get theme park tickets as well. I can't say a single bad thing about the way that they do things. They're giving stuff away for free, and everybody should be grateful no matter what, because it's something that you didn't get in the first place. But how cool is that? We just get park tickets to go in for the day. It's just fantastic. It's something I wasn't planning, and it's just awesome. And man, they do a lot to please their fans. I mean, they're trying to keep their hardcore fans happy, and they definitely do that.
Well, and this is such a cool thing. It's something they didn't do last year, but it's I wouldn't call it a criticism, but it was something that was discussed last year. Is that it was the summit, although they did live broadcast it. It was kind of an exclusive event. And
Very exclusive.
yeah, I mean, it was really cool that they broadcast. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be special to those that earned it, all those toy
No.
box artists. I think that's an important thing to maintain. But the transparency and openness of inclusion this year, like you said, that is. It's not like they're okay. You're shuffling you through a side door, through the park back entrance, just to
Which is
shuffle
like
you back out.
that's what I thought that it was going to be because I know it's in DCA, so I thought that they would just have like an employee entrance that takes you right into the back of that building to where we could watch them do it, and then when it's over, you leave.
Hmm.
And it's just awesome because I do think that the summit should be exclusive for those high end builders because whether or not I think they're whiny babies or not about different parts of it, they do constantly work hard
Right.
to build stuff that all of us can use and enjoy throughout the year. And that is a very valuable asset to what this whole game stands for. Now, there are thousands of people doing that, and every year they're getting better and better and better. Like Jason has said, the longer this game goes, the more. So, yes, it's exclusive, but it's cool that they're choosing these people and they're acknowledging that they work hard and they actually do this stuff. Obviously, it's for free, and they get a very handsome reward for it.
Yeah.
Lots of money worth. Lots and lots for getting selected to this. But the thing that I'm talking about is awesome because I don't do anything besides play those toy boxes,
Yeah.
and rant about it and, make fun of you guys on the show. I really offer nothing to the table, bring nothing to the table. But it's cool that just by doing it, they're allowing someone out there that's just a schlub that wants to see, and they're letting you do it, and they're giving you something cool at the same time. It's just fantastic. So,
Yeah. Scott in the chat is saying it 3 people. That's not cheap too, and the fact that
it's not.
you are able to bring guests in there is really really cool
Yep.
too. Especially because you warned me about the parks. You're like, dude, if you're gonna go these days because it's crazy packed. So it's not like it's a downtime for
It's
the
not.
parks.
My buddy that works there says there's 2 days you don't go to the parks around D23 is the day before and the day after, and this just happens to be the day before, and
But
they're doing it. I mean,
yeah.
it's great. You have to be there in the morning. Check-in is at 8:30 to 9, so you have to be there first thing before the park is completely insane. But I imagine this is going to be a capacity day by noon or 2. I mean, this is going to be a capacity day in the parks for sure. So it's just a cool thing that they did. And once again, I don't know if anyone out there is listening in it, but I thank them for offering something to the people that are regular people, regular gamers that play it, that don't really build it. It's just a cool thing that they do, and it's fantastic. So.
And again, it makes it more of a celebration because that's for the toy box presentations. And I mean, it's kind of a cool yin and yang thing. So the toy box artists are going to be presenting to many fans that play these toy boxes, not just the Twitch crowd, which is part of it. But
Yep.
so yeah, that's awesome. So Thursday the summit concludes. Really excited about that. We are going to try to do a little get together that evening on some sort of podcast. It might be pre-recorded, but we will do our best to kind of give our thoughts of the summit, especially since you'll be joining us that day, Steve. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. But then the D23 Expo starts that Friday, and although no real news for Friday, we have some news Saturday morning, and this is an opportunity where I think we want to show some video. We're going to show three different videos. Steve, do you want to position these at all in any sort of way, or do you just want me to roll them?
I think you should just roll them. They're self-explanatory.
Okay. All right. So the title of this one, let me just bring it up on screen here. The title, Lila's almost winning in-game submission.
Oh, hi, my name is Lila Cullen. You may recognize me from these pictures that Johnny V liked last year.
What's your favorite toy box?
My favorite toy box is a Haunted Mansion Disneyland.
Yes.
Because...
Your controller, ma'am.
Thank you. It's my favorite ride at Disneyland, and I'm really good at it.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is Nova because he has blue flames, and you can play as him in the Guardians of the Galaxy playset.
And why do you deserve to be in the Disney Infinity Tournament?
I deserve to be in the Disney Infinity Tournament because I have every artist, every playset.
You're a player,
Thank
ma'am.
you. And every character, and I've been playing it since Disney Infinity 1.0 first came out. So that's why you should choose me to be in the Disney Infinity Tournament. And I have races. Father, Red Bull.
No, I'm not really scared of her. She doesn't scare me.
Dad, Red Bull now!
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay.
That's absolutely amazing. I mean, I got to give her props for her amazing taste in toy boxes.
That's
First off.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. You did seem a little bit scared there.
No, she doesn't scare me. She doesn't scare me at all.
Oh,
Dad,
shoot.
Red Bull now!
Your daughter's freaking adorable. It's a travesty.
She's all right. I think
all-
she's watching downstairs right now. Don't say too much more; it'll go right to her tiny head.
I love how she's like, and I have braces and gives a
I have braces.
huge
That big smile. The funny thing with that is we got this annoyed me a little bit. Abe, if you're out there watching, or Evil Us, it's nothing against you, but this video I thought was hilarious, fun to watch, and even before they knew that Lila wasn't old enough, she was only selected as a potential alternate. Now, that'll be important later. She wasn't even really selected, so to the Disney Infinity viewers, or the masters there, this didn't quite cut it. It almost made it. But then when we had to send in all the paperwork to say that, hey, if someone dropped out, we could show up, they said, oh, she's under 13, she can't play. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, what are you going to do? We tried. So she was almost selected. She was a potential alternate. That's the term that they use, which is fantastic.
I love it. Well, it sounds like she would have if it wasn't for her age, which is a real bummer. But
Well,
that was amazing. So I have another. This one isn't nearly as good. It's kind of like, I don't know, vomit
definitely not as
inducing.
good.
But
what's the title of this? This will cue everybody up.
Steve C's losing video submission for end games. I'm starting to see a theme here. Lots of complaining. It kind of reminds me of Jason.
Oh, good. I try to fill the shoes. All right, tell me when you're going to start it.
I'm going here. Let's. Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello. My name is Steve Krellin. You may recognize me from these pictures of my daughter that Johnny V liked last year.
What's your favorite Disney Infinity toy box?
My favorite toy box would be
Your
the...
controller, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Would be the Haunted Mansion toy box because I love the ride. The toy box is fun and I'm pretty good at it.
Who's your favorite Disney Infinity character?
My favorite character would be Merida because I love her design. The character is fantastic on the base and I love bow and arrows. So what are you going to do about that?
Your character, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Why should you be in the Disney Infinity Tournament?
I should be in the Disney Infinity Tournament because I've been playing Disney Infinity since the day they came out. I buy all of these toys the day that they come out, and I think I'm pretty good, and my daughter has braces. Lila, Red Bull!
No, he doesn't scare me.
Lila, Red Bull, now!
Oh, what?
I'm trying to sync it up by watching it myself at the same time, and it's hilarious. I love these videos.
It is too funny. I think he just wanted an excuse to.
Hang on to the strike. 9
Oops.
for 271.
I do not want to watch the miracle Australian win against England.
It's a great match, though.
It was. Yeah. So what happened? What's the story behind that one?
They didn't pick me. There's really not that much to tell. They didn't like my video, which is shocking, being that it is clever, hilarious. Now, when I sent it to you, you told me originally, you said, I really hope that the person viewing this saw the first one or else they're not going to get the joke. And I'm like, I completely agree. If they don't get the joke, then that's going to sort of ruin it. But there you go. Do you want to go ahead and roll with the next one so I don't suck up too much of the show?
Yeah. Let's roll the last one. I think by this point they did get the joke.
Yeah, good. What's the title of the last one?
Sarah, drumroll, Sarah's in-games winning video. So we're going to roll the video and then we'll talk a little bit about what this means.
Oh, hey there. I'm Sarah. You may recognize Lila from these pictures that Johnny V liked last year. My favorite toy box is the Haunted Mansion toy box. Thank you. The Haunted Mansion toy box because it's super creative and it's my favorite ride. My favorite character is Spider-Man because I love his web-slinging ability. I should be in the Disney Infinity Tournament because I'm an avid gamer and I've been playing since 1.0.
You're controlling them.
Thank you.
Hey,
And Lila has braces. Lila! Steven! Red Bull now!
No, she doesn't scare me.
No, not really, not at all.
Lila! Steven! Red Bull now!
Jump there, I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get it.
Chat room, did you hear? Did I just mute that whole video? Did that video?
No.
I don't think so. No one's complaining. They normally tell us pretty.
She said yes. Sarah said there was audio.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet. Scott is saying context is everything. First one's cute. Second one, yeah. Anyway.
What about the second one? The second one was hilarious.
No, this is honestly. I'm glad that like you did all three of them because it made the last one so much better.
I agreed. It was funny. I think that Sarah definitely deserves to play. After training with her today, I'm not convinced she is better than me at racing, like she claims she is. But she is a gamer. She's had the reputation of being better than me for so long. The video was a lot of fun to film. The best part of doing it was each of those was done clearly on a different day. Like, I had a different idea. I'm like, oh, I have an idea! You know, all this other stuff. So we did that. So the best part is taking all those freaking characters off of the shelves and lining them up again and trying to avoid my dog from eating them, then putting them away when they're over, then bringing them all back again. And then when we had the last one, I had to have my mom come over and film it because I couldn't do it like that. My mom came over and originally she was going to read the questions off, but she goes, I don't want to talk in the movie. I'm like, that's fine, then don't. Sarah will just read it. But it was pretty funny putting them down. But come on, dude. Sarah looks hot in that video. I could see her getting picked easily. I keep on telling her that she has to wear that outfit to play, but I don't think she's going to do it. So that's the thing. She doesn't want Pac dressed in heels and that dress because then she'll have to be in the parks later, and then she'll get a lot more attention.
That's true. That's true. It would be good psychological warfare though against the other competitors.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine a nerd like Abe in that room, and then right next to her is Sarah? Come on, Abe. I mean, you're not listening tonight, are you?
He's not. He's out there, I think.
No, he is. Yeah. So screw it.
No, that's all. Congrats to Sarah. Pseudo congrats to Lila. Sad she didn't get picked, and you get nothing because you just.
Nah, I suck.
Deserve it. You suck.
Absolutely. You know, the good thing though, Lila does get some congratulations because Sarah got to choose someone to bring with her, and she wrote down Lila because we'll be in the parks panel at the same time, and Lila would way rather go watch Sarah play. Yeah. But I believe that means that they get park admission as well. So that's Lila may get 2 days worth of playing around and doing all of that. So it's not really a loss for her.
Yeah, it's really bizarre that they chose to do this at the parks panel because that is one of the most anticipated of any of the panels. Not just with our group, but...
You know, when we got the thing at first, you know, not to talk too much again, but they said that it was going to be on Sunday. The email thing said it was Sunday. So I told Sarah to enter because she would be there Sunday. You know, so that's how it goes. Well, then they changed it to Saturday, but, dude, they really put it at the worst possible time.
You have an entire day.
Yeah, it's first is the Star Wars live action panel, lining up right up to the parks panel, which is the one most people are talking about, and it's at that same moment. I'm like, dude, do it 2 hours later.
Yeah,
you know, do it Sunday morning. Come on, but what are you gonna do? No, once again, I'm not picking and choosing. I'm happy that she got selected, but the timing is a little bit interesting to me.
Yeah, we'll definitely miss you at the panel, but we'll make sure that we fill you in, Sarah. You don't need that reassurance because you're going to be kicking butt at the end games. So that's awesome that you are doing that. Hopefully, good luck to you on that. And you got the chops.
She does.
If she practices and doesn't watch TV. If
she works at it. Right now, she's probably doing something dumb like making dinner for Lila and making sure her homework is done. You should be up there playing, racing right now.
Right now.
Go.
Too funny. So, no real Infinity D23 news for the weekend other than the end games, which are happening that day. They are going to have their booth that's open with the figure giveaways like last time, not last year, but last time. And also you're going to have on the show floor the ability to play the game, kind of open stations, as well as playing the Battlefront, which is pretty cool. That's one of the first time that's going to be accessible to the public.
I've come full circle on that, by the way. At first I said no, and now I keep on seeing it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll buy it. I got to play this game.
You got to play that game. And the cool point, and this honestly isn't a dig. The cool thing about it is it's a multiplayer only game, but they do have a bot component, so you can play by yourself. So that's going to be awesome.
I just finished BioShock, so now my gaming levels are up. So I'm ready to play something else too. So dude, I can't see the chat. Am I getting slammed in there tonight?
Not at all. Not at all. The only item of note that you may be missing is Sarah says instead of that dress, she's wearing a bikini. So.
Oh yeah, win.
No,
And Latin Soul is still in there because Latin Soul said, "Are you going to be giving one of those things away?" And Latin Soul, if you don't win the Will one from the Inside Infinity show, maybe you should start following Mousecast because I think that they'll be giving one
it's
away as
true.
well. So
Yes.
follow Mousecast, you guys.
And this is kind of a side note for anyone that I know there's a few people in the chat that are going to be there. I have giveaways that I'm bringing too. A box full of stuff. Not honestly, they're not that great. If you want us to sign a T-shirt or a figure, we'll be more than happy to do that. But we are giving away a few things, so all it's gonna take is some form of embarrassment to receive those items, probably in the form of a Vegemite challenge or something.
Yeah.
But no, we'll have plenty of giveaways when we get back as well. Steve, last D23 thing, other than our just shenanigans and just running through stuff with the Mousecast while we're there, is the Disney Infinity panel that is happening Sunday. And I'm a bad host. I don't have this queued up. Let me pull up the
At
app
11.
here. It's at 11 o'clock on
11
Sunday.
on Sunday.
And it's in the hall D23, which I believe, I've never been, but that's the largest hall, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you have it up, Steve? Do you want to read off the description, or do you want me to grab it here?
If you've got it, I just downloaded the app right now,
Okay.
that Periscope thing. I wanna get in on that. But here it is right now. The definition is get ready for a trip across the Disney and Star Wars gaming universes featuring 3 of Disney Interactive's most anticipated games. Disney Infinity 3.0 Edition, Star Wars Battlefront, and EA Arts Kingdom Hearts 3 from Square Enix. Fans can look forward to never before seen gameplay and trailers, special guests and surprises, and limited edition Hall D23 exclusive giveaways for the entire audience. Sign language interpreting. Please see D23 staff members for assistance.
Yeah, so that's going to be the big Infinity panel. It's not obviously just Infinity. But one thing that we do know, coming to our friends from Infinity Inquire and Kingdom this week, is that there are going to be 3 new figures announced at that panel. We believe them to be Disney figures because they are sitting in the originals area, but in the advertisement with the question marks of the blank figures, there were nothing but originals on that ad. So that's exciting. We're going to get 3 new figure announcements while we're there.
I think that's fantastic. It's another thing too that's not really a secret. They've been hyping that. I've seen that same image out there on every one of their sites, so they're really hoping for something cool. Some big turnouts there, so I keep on seeing rumors about which ones it's going to be, and it's cool that they're doing that. I like that. That's how it's going to start. And I don't know the order, if they're first, second, third out of those 3 on there. I have no idea, but
I honestly don't know either. I would imagine that Kingdom Hearts is going to go first, although that's a really popular series. I think it has a little bit less universal appeal than the other 2. It depends on... I don't think Battlefront is really announcing much. So if they have a big announcement, honestly, I would expect them to go last. But right now, I'm betting that they're going to be in the middle, and then Disney Infinity, since they're actually announcing some big things, are going to be the last one. Total guesses. I hope I'm right because I want the focus to be on Disney Infinity. But yeah, regardless, that's gonna be cool. Steve, you've never been to D23, but you've been to Star Wars Fest and you've been to Comic-Con. Are they gonna take away our cameras?
Yes, they will. Well, it depends. Like, when we went and saw Rebels in that same panel, the space where they're doing this one, they made you turn them off. And the second that they start to show exclusive information, then they will yank that. My guess is no on this one. I think this one we're going to be fine because, like you said, Battlefront doesn't have anything really new to announce, and they have a thing downstairs. Infinity's going to show new characters and stuff like that, but nothing really breaking. The game comes out in 3 weeks.
Right.
So I can't imagine that this is one where they put it away just because this isn't the kind of game that's going to demand big secrecy and stuff like that.
Especially
I can't imagine that it is. Yeah. I will say, though, for the people going to this hall, this is I'm a little bit I'm upset that they're not using the big round convention-y part that's more like a stadium. Where they're having the big ones is on the 3rd floor, and they have TVs up and everything like that, but it is a giant room with just row seating and no stadium seating at all. Wow. It is really difficult to see if you're not up front. So that's kind of a downer. But that's where we saw the Rebels thing, and Lila could barely see anything. She had to sit on the wall, so on the side. But that's where it's at. It's on the 3rd floor. and on that big one. They just open
Cool.
up all those spaces together. So
So Scott saying his app says cameras are okay for the panel. Sketchfox is saying last time they did not take cameras or phones away. So any footage or video we will be sure to get for all of you there. Even if they don't show anything.
I almost
new.
guarantee you the ones that will be the Finding Dory one, the Pixar one where they're going to show that, the live action one where they're showing more Star Wars stuff, or not, because Star Wars the last time they keep on doing it live, and they're streaming their stuff live, but I don't really know, but I would assume that live action and animation and Pixar ones are going to be no cameras allowed, just because we know for a fact that Finding Dory stuff is coming out. They've already said they're showing clips from it, so they usually have a no on that, but I think that's usually for big budget stuff like that, so I think we'll be good.
Cool. So yeah, that wraps up the week. That's kind of one of the last things that's happening at D23, and then shenanigans are going to end. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to hang out with you and everyone else that's going to be out there, Steve C. And for those that can't be, I'm excited for us to just bring out the content. For those that don't know, well, obviously you know what we do here, but Steve C., why don't you tell people a little bit about the Mousecast and Media Meltdown and kind of what they can expect as far as D23 coverage from you?
Well, we do the Mousecast, which is one of our favorite shows to do. We do it with you most of the time, and we try to bump it up. It's an every other week show right before this show. This week was not the Mousecast. We're saving that until post D23. Today was the newsroom. We just talk about nonsense and whatever's been happening in the world of media. But what we're going to be doing with the Mousecast group is, Will, you're going to try to sort of help us, but while we're there, we're going to try to do quick nightly recaps on live video. You can see that on the YouTube. You guys do Twitch. We're on YouTube/ResTV, and if you go over there and watch, but subscribe there and follow us on Instagram, and I'm going to be rocking that thing the whole time, posting up the pictures and the breaking stuff that we see, and then we're going to try to do sort of a joint little video either every night, and put it up right away, or do it live or something like that. We're going to try to make it work. But the group together with the Inside Infinity and Mousecast thing is one of the things I'm looking forward to most. Mostly just hanging out with you guys in person and sort of bantering about what we saw at the end of the day. Because I imagine at one point or another, we will be dividing up to go do different things that we want to do. So it'll be kind of cool to get together at the end of the day and talk about it. So we'll be doing it live for everybody to see there. So Follow us on Mousecast. And Lila and I will be there with giveaways as well. So if you are at the place and you're not one of the people that I'm just going to be seeing at the summit, or if you see us walking around, then I will have something for you when you're there. So
that's so great.
Check us out. Oh no, what are you laughing at? Someone in the room is saying something. What is Evilos back in the chat? Come on, man.
No, I just know one of your surprises, and I can't wait for people to see it. So.
I'm confused.
One of the special thing that you showed me today, that you can wear it.
Okay.
Never mind. I'll tell you off air.
Was it my snappy
creepy.
Irish driver's cap? Oh no!
Don't say
yes.
it. Don't
no,
say
I'm not
it.
gonna say it. I'm sorry. I didn't know what you meant. Yes, those are very exclusive. Hey, by the way, I am getting Johnny V to sign one of those things, and I'm gonna have everyone sign it and send it to this person. But yes, I'm not saying anymore. But yes, I do have another special giveaway to give to some poor unfortunate souls that find us at the event.
So listen, we really excited about it. We're gonna bring you as much content as we can. We're not the only media outlet that's gonna be there this year, which is actually a good thing. That way we can focus on certain things and they can focus on other things. But we will try to give you a well-rounded overview of all the festivities that are happening both at the summit and D23.
I think the tag teaming us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube is a great thing, because we're going to make our focus mostly just on the convention itself and the big Disney news that everyone cares about. A huge focus on the parks stuff that I'm really looking forward to. And then they just watch you guys for the Infinity stuff, because you guys are the only place to go to for everything Infinity. So Absolutely.
And for those that don't know, we're both part of the same kind of overarching network, which is res.tv or youtube.com/ResTV. So if you are ever confused on where you could find our stuff, you can find it all there. Awesome, buddy. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this brief up. The brief that wasn't brief, which is, hey, that I'm totally fine with that. It was essentially a show, which I'm really excited about, because I got lots of requests from people asking us to do a show tonight. And this is kind of a last-minute deal, and I'm glad we did, because the turnout was great. I can't wait to see lots of you at the summit. Can't wait to see lots of you on Twitter and via the live chats. And if you can't, for whatever reason, make any of our live stuff, obviously check out our post on YouTube, both at res.tv or youtube.com/ResTV, or our channel. But also, we are going to definitely be doing the Mousecast next week. Before Inside Infinity is going to do a D23 wrap up. That's kind of going to be mostly focused on D23, and then we will take care of the Infinity related stuff after that show. So for anything that you don't want to follow the step by step on, you could find the catch up next Monday, regular shows. So that's going to be 6:30 Eastern over at youtube.com/res, which is also a /res TV, which is also a live show with a live chat. And then over here at twitch.tv/Disney Infinity TV for our Infinity wrap up.
It's a perfect back-to-back episode. I love this whole thing. So
yeah, it's cool. It's like your Monday night entertainment.
Dude, it's totally all there. So you guys, if you're on Instagram, also go follow our friend that'll be coming with us and infiltrating our group, and that's Pixar Fan Dan. He's been in the chat before. He's really popular. Pixar Fan Dan on Instagram, and you can go find his website and everything like that. He'll be with us. Can I have one request, Will?
Please.
Can we
yes.
just so we don't freak out all of your viewers and stuff like that? Can we do one of the nightly broadcasts there in your filthy hotel room so that people still get the feeling that you're just living in a disheveled mess? Because you can't just be doing it all from nice and clean, uptight Disneyland. It's got to be from a messy room at one point in time.
With a bed that's like completely disheveled, it'll be like old times.
Yeah. Screw up the sheets, exactly. Throw some characters in the background, and then just be like, "Hey, you guys haven't missed a beat."
Oh, I love it. Yes, we'll make that happen.
All right, good.
Hey, buddy, thanks for joining me last minute. I appreciate you. This is a lot more fun than sitting here talking to myself.
Thanks for the last minute call up again, man. I feel like I'm a young pitcher ready to get in the leagues, and I just got the call.
That's right.
I got the call, Jerry. I got the call.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming on Mousecaster. The newsroom earlier. So thanks again.
It was a blast as always. Thanks everyone in the chat or who is watching this after the fact. We're going to go ahead and post this on YouTube for anyone who's interested, and we will be talking to everyone and seeing people real soon. But until then, or until next week, we hope your time spent is filled with infinite possibilities.